Welcome to Fireteam Chat, IGN's Destiny show. Thank you for joining us today. On today's show, we are going to be talking about the Destiny 2 announcement from the Activision earnings call. We haven't had a chance to react to it yet, so we're going to get to do that today. We are also going to talk about the new patch and our experiences with it. And finally, we're going to talk about some Todd McFarlane toys. So right off the top of the show, CJ, how did you feel about Destiny 2 being revealed as a 2017 release?
No right, your left intro? Okay.
Waste of time.
All right. Yeah, I will say it's one of those things where I still don't think Destiny is, the sequel or 2. Can we just call it Destiny 2? I mean, they're not, but it's like...
Call whatever you want.
Exactly, yeah.
You can.
This sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's still coming out in 2017. We haven't seen anything about it or heard much about it besides it's coming. And with E3 around, if they do not launch it playable at E3, I don't think it's coming out for 2017. I mean, again, I know it's slated to.
It's a lot of caveats with this guy. It's not coming out if they don't show it. But if they do show it, that it's coming out, that's the way you win a steak dinner bet.
Oh, listen, you told me it was coming out in 2016, so I debunked
it
last
was
time.
originally.
Yeah, this is
when it got delayed. Actually, hasn't that been the rumor?
Yeah.
That it's been delayed?
I've been saying 20.
A rumor does not mean it was.
So who's to say that it doesn't get delayed again?
That is absolutely correct.
Because I'm actually on the same side here as CJ, which is 2017 just sounds too early for what I think this game might be in terms of the scope.
Here's what Activision's had to say. Development is going great, and it is indeed on track for release this fall. Yeah. And they're going to let the developer handle the announcement.
Yeah, so that's interesting to me because they touched a little bit about it on Beyond, and or not Beyond, but Unlocked the other day, or one or the other. I can't remember. I produced all of the shows.
Yeah, both briefly.
But like, during this earnings call, obviously Destiny wasn't the only thing that was touched upon by Activision. They talked a little bit about how Call of Duty Infinite Warfare didn't quite resonate with the audience the way that they had hoped it would, even though it was still the best-selling game of the year.
Crazy.
Do you think that with Call of Duty sales waning a little bit,
they were not happy with Call of Duty,
that Activision sees an opportunity to kind of push Destiny into the spotlight as their new sort of prominent franchise, and that's why they want this game to come out this year?
No.
That's my worry.
It's been that's not gonna happen. 3 years. That's why it needs to come out this year.
Well, absolutely. And again, I would want it. I want the game.
It's also part of their pre-agreed agreement or whatever.
I want the game just as much as anyone else, but I just worry I worry a little bit. There's a hesitation on my part that it seems like maybe Activision is pushing Bungie a little bit harder than they might otherwise.
No, I think they've been pushing them hard for a while. I think that's all the deals. Look,
that doesn't worry you. Like, I want them to give us a good game.
Fewer DLC releases than they were supposed to have, and that's been an issue.
Yeah.
Silver hopefully helped with that, I assume. I'm speaking in the investor terms here. Like, Destiny's been a pretty good cash cow, though, right? We're going to talk about that.
Definitely.
So it's not like it's failure, but I think they're very eager to get out a brand new, roadmap for this thing and brand new source of revenue, honestly.
Activision's top 3 IPs include Call of Duty, Destiny, Skylanders, life to date, 7 $1 billion plus franchises, and those were the top 3.
Destiny,
Destiny, Call of Duty, and Skylanders. So,
not a flop.
Yeah.
And this is all great. What I want more than anything else is a great game, and I want it this year if it doesn't impact their ability to deliver a quality game. That's my only worry.
They've been working on this.
My worry is that they're super rushed.
I think that's what
and they're going to release something that's not as great as we hope.
That's not going to happen. It's been in development since at least 2015, probably before that. And to what extent, obviously, that's shifted. We know, the whole team is working on Destiny 2 and has been for a considerable amount of time. So I have no concerns about it.
I am cautiously optimistic about it.
That's safe. That's always safe.
I mean, we can say this about any game, right? I mean, it could be delayed. Do they have enough time? I think it's valid concerns, but I'm actually surprised with Moon Studios working on it, Vicarious. These are rumors. 3 studios working
confirmed.
on this.
Bungie confirmed.
That's right. They did confirm.
Yeah, not rumored.
Sorry.
Yeah.
How much they're working on is unknown. Sorry.
But we know they're working with Bungie. We don't know they're working on specifically Destiny 2, but come on.
That's what I was getting.
Yeah.
But regardless of what you got, 3 studios.
They're building
had over 3 years, actually. As soon as the last Destiny was out, people started to transition onto the next one in some capacity. It's been a long time. The question is, have they been able to get over the hump they set before them with the release, right? It had a lot of changes they need to make, right? The story was a big deal, right? And we're going to talk about that today. I think they've had plenty of time. I think the question is, to your point, they're so ambitious. Does it need more time? But everybody asked that, man. Like, I think it's time for this thing to come out. I believe they are on track to do that unless they have serious internal issues, which would piss Activision off and all of us, I think. Like, meaning they've had enough time.
Fran wants the content today. You getting the
It's
message?
not about want.
Today.
Like, this is a long time for development.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a small amount of time. They're a
That's
huge
such
team
a
with tons of
publisher
resources.
thing to say. You see what I'm driving at?
What do you mean? You want it to take 5 years like Nintendo
They're
does
not
with
gonna
Zelda?
say-
Well,
sometimes?
if
something
I'm the
disparaging about
developer
their
and
product.
and I say, listen, I know you want it to be done this year, but if you give me until early 2018, I can guarantee it's going to be even better and everyone's going to love it.
Of course.
What do you want?
I'm just saying, you got to get off the pot eventually and get it
Well,
out the
yeah,
door. So.
but I'm
There's
not,
a point, if you just let them work on it forever, it'll just never come out because they'll constantly want to refine new
I'm
engine,
not
new tech
saying
will
they
come out.
deserve forever.
No,
I'm just
I
saying
agree. I agree.
There's probably a happy
You're
medium.
asking for more time, but all the messaging has been, we're working on it. Our whole team's on it. We're focused on this. We have 3 studios working on it. I'm just like, they seem pretty confident about
Yeah, I don't know why you're-
2017. I don't know why you're worried.
Yeah, I'm in with that thing is confusing me.
want it to
Sean.
be
You're
awesome.
like really
I get that.
hesitant.
I
mean,
get that.
Well, yeah.
CJ, are
it's
you
like-
in that same boat?
well,
Like,
no, I
you're
mean,
worried?
I'm not worried, but we haven't seen anything yet. So I'm not saying
Yeah,
that
it just
I don't
seems
think
early.
it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be an amazing game. It's Bungie. They never, produce, failures. They've been on track to do, amazing games time after time after time. Now, in comparison to
He had to hesitate. He was thinking about some of his Halo feedback he
yeah,
has. but-
exactly.
I'm
all
just
those
kidding.
Old memories, but franchise fatigue to me is what the Call of Duty issue is. Now, I don't want that to happen with Destiny.
I don't think it will.
I don't think it will, but a little bit extra time, fine. That's all I'm saying.
I'm
I think
just
we're
saying
get-
they've had extra time. Holy crap. Like,
It's been in
right?
development since 2015. Plus, before that, they launched Destiny 1, and that team started concepting what the sequel would look like.
Yeah.
So if it's been in development since 2015, that would if it released in 2018,
Wait, it's been Destiny came out in originally what
2013.
2013.
Yeah.
I'm saying this has been in development since 2013 in some capacity.
I would,
That's how long
I would
I'm
believe that.
looking at
We don't
this.
have any official sources.
I'm just saying
the best we
normal.
can guess is it started in 2015. They confirmed in February 2016 that the team is hard at work on the sequel.
Yeah.
So we know for sure that they were able to publicly acknowledge that their team is working on it. There was one story where some people were concerned about stock having something to do with them launching in 2017. So Kotaku wrote this story about that. There was a quote from Activision on that. There's no scenario where Activision or any other partner we work with is awarded Bungie stock. So I just want to, that is off the table as a reason why they're trying to launch in 2017. So
like pressure from them,
from their publisher.
that Bungie's incentivized to get it out
Bungie,
the
a
door by
publicly
then.
traded company.
They're an independent company. Yeah, they just have an agreement with
Activision.
Yeah,
10
I don't.
years.
I
just
don't
didn't
know if they're like
I didn't know
IPO
Bungie
stock.
stock was a thing.
They might have
Okay.
private stock. Like I don't know
Yeah.
that they're IPO that you can buy stocks in Bungie. That's a great question.
Yeah.
We are all investors with disclosure. No, I'm kidding.
No, we're not.
So
let me just discuss some of the stuff that I was able to paraphrase from the call. We expect a larger back half of the year with the Destiny sequel launching later this year. Destiny 2 will have a great cinematic story, memorable cast, and be more casual. And what they mean by
What does that mean?
so that's me paraphrasing. What they meant by it though
Okay.
was if you didn't play Destiny 1, you're going to be able to play Destiny 2 and not be too worried about it. And to me, that's good. It means they're going to craft a narrative that makes sense to people.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
that-
anytime the word casual is
Well, let
thrown
me-
around in
I
gaming,
use
it has
that
a negative
word.
Let's
I
read-
use that word, not them.
Let's
They
read
would
the-
have been much more careful.
quote, right? Isn't it this one, Destin? Full Destiny sequel in 2017 to broaden the franchise global reach, which along with follow-on content plans sets the stage for growth. Meaning they want to broaden. I think that's what you're getting at. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They also said something along the lines of players of Destiny 1, they're gonna like what we're launching. Like it's gonna be familiar enough, I think, is what they're saying. So I'm happy with what I've heard about Destiny 2 from this earnings call. They knew Reddit was like all over this thing. They even made a comment about it. And dude, it's coming 2017, and I'm stoked. I'm thinking E3 reveal. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I still feel like there's going to be a teaser, something in May. I'm just making that up, but I feel like it's a logo teaser. It's coming. Get ready for E3 sort of, and then boom, that's where they drop the gameplay reveal at one of the press conferences. So that's what I think will happen. That's kind of very standard Activision rollout plan, but I will agree it makes a very nice stage or set piece at the stages at E3. Like that's a very big game if it shows up at the Xbox or PlayStation conference. Like they used to do that with Call of Duty. Is my point. You wouldn't see it till then, but they've gotten away from that because, by the way, they're taking pre-orders like very soon. So they've changed their strategy. I just think there might be a teaser beforehand. But just a guess.
You knew Call of Duty was coming out, so this is totally different. Like you have no idea. Like
They literally are telling you 2 years in a row. But this guy doesn't
But
believe
that's
it.
my point. No, but with Call of Duty, you know it's coming out.
I mean, I don't buy it either.
You know,
You guys
still
have
think
freaking
2018.
Destiny's coming in
Stockholm.
2017.
Still think it's
Hey, it's still
2018.
coming in 2017.
It's like Stockholm syndrome
I know.
going on.
I'm
You guys have been
I'm just used to not getting what I want. That's all. when it
They've
comes to
trained
games.
you, man, to not
listen,
trust.
I will wait.
Yeah,
system.
just I never get my hopes up for things.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
That's
playable.
smart.
I'm a lifelong gamer. That's why I never get
But
my hopes
playable.
up for
Do you
things.
think
It's smart.
playable at E3?
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
Playable.
100% playable.
You think
At
it's
what?
playable?
Anything?
I'll be
don't
there.
think so.
Can't wait to give you hands-on
If it
impressions.
is,
Like,
it's
see,
a 15-minute story
doesn't
mission.
that
It's like the
sound
opening.
crazy?
This is
It
like my
does.
18th E3,
Playable
by
at
the
E3.
way.
We're
No.
months away.
Yeah,
We're gonna
There's
play.
no way.
No, not playable. They'll do that behind. They'll
Yeah,
have the
we
huge
will get to
theater
play
thing.
it, though.
No, we will not.
Yes,
Oh my
we
God.
will watch them
So-
play
Yeah, here
on
it
a big
is.
Predictions. You think we will be able to play it? The press will be able to play it at E3 behind closed doors demo.
screen. Actually,
Yes, I do.
I
because
understand.
it's coming out so
Destiny 2.
soon.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
If this was
If it's
actually
hitting
slotted,
September.
if this was slotted for 2018, they'll do a BCD, a behind closed doors. They show a 20-minute demo that you can't touch. That's pretty normal. But I do think this is boom, come in, play it.
Press
Rather-
will be able to play.
Oh yeah, they want
Public?
you to experience the new cinematic.
I hope
story.
you're right. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, if you're right, great.
I'm
I don't
ready.
think you're.
I'm ready and I'm right.
That would be
Yeah.
really smart on their part because I've said on the show many times they need to eat some crow and they need to say, "Hey, look, we screwed up with the story. We're fixing it. Here's your first taste."
I think it'll be. Yeah, I think it'll be a focus.
And
I
they
think-
want people delivering that message.
I think the trailer, think about it, is going to be amazing. We haven't even talked about that part yet in detail, that they're focused on the cinematic story, but that is clearly a focus. They said it in an investor call. They get that everybody's like, what the heck was this about?
Yeah, I mean,
lore.
we've talked about how many times have we talked about it on the show, but like they haven't answered any of the main questions that the first game set up, right? Can anyone tell me what the Traveler's doing on Earth still? No. Or like what
He's
it's
being healed.
or what it is. Like
It's a really long res. It just takes a long
first,
time.
Yeah.
the
Circle.
first game ends like I think it's been so long since we've played the original Destiny, but if it ends on the mission where you find out that like on the moon they have this shard and have been draining the Traveler of its energy, and it's like, whoa, big plot point. Game ends, and you're like, wait, what? Like
So the Traveler begins
What are you
healing
doing,
at the end of
Chief?
Destiny 1.
gonna finish
So he's
this.
just been
Exactly.
he's just been
Cliffhanger.
healing basically.
But he what like
John, there's
Yeah.
no,
Let's
there's
move
no
away
time,
from what
there's no
Des-
time
yeah.
to explain. All right.
Yeah,
So
what
no,
Destiny story means we don't know.
but you are right in that like they know that the Taken King cinematic story really landed with fans. I loved it. I thought
Yeah,
it was
it was great.
awesome. More Cade,
Definitely
more
moving the
Eris,
Nathan
more
Fillion.
all of the all of the Guardians like kind of in the tower.
Interactions
Yeah,
were great.
That was awesome. And like the more that they can do that with Destiny 2 and give me like a man, can you imagine if it was like a solid, what do we think it'll be? Like a 6 to 8 hour campaign or something more robust, 15, 20, 25.
Now you're getting into really tough questions. Like,
I'm hoping.
because-
What do you hope for?
I'm just more wondering, like, yeah, I guess the
'Cause-
question is, what are they doing that's making this different? Is it just a more, is it a better written story, or is it actually that the game is filled with cinematics or whatever? Meaning that's what I'm trying to wrap my head around.
We know
That's
they
what
have the
Taken-
we know they have the guild.
structure.
We know they brought on the Guild Wars writer. So
Oh, I missed that actually.
that's a very old news story, but I don't have that on our notes today.
I didn't.
But yeah, so that's something I've been paying attention to a lot, and that has me really excited. I'm like, okay, they brought on a talented writer to help them craft a narrative for a game that was similar to what Destiny sort of is. That has me pretty stoked for what the sequel could be.
Well, there's been rumors about a story reboot, right? So
Yeah, well,
we
yeah,
don't know that. That's purely rumors, but this hints that they might be like, right, there's been rumors
Like a
that
fresh
you might
start.
start over, where before they were like, your Guardian will carry forward. So
That's crazy. Like
Have we heard this?
they've said
before?
that, yeah. I mean, sorry, it's rumored. It's totally rumored, but there's chatter, same as it coming to PC.
a
There's
story reboot.
Well, hold on.
Not a story reboot.
I'm
a character
exaggerating,
reboot.
but
No,
that
no, no,
you're-
no, no. I know this is all rumored, but just like when you say that to me, I'm like, that boggles my mind because what would that even be?
But what do you,
know?
like so
They're not
attached
gonna-
to from this story anyway? I
want
like the world.
explanation. That's what I want.
You
is
want
I
them to
the-
finish the story?
I want
Yeah,
them to
or
give
the
me a
world
great
continue.
story because the premise of it all, like, what is the collapse?
But I think they can still
I
do
want
that.
the
Is my
answer to
point.
that,
Like I
right?
just think there's so many things going on in like this world, and they've done like Taken King did a good job of focusing on the
One
Oryx stuff.
aspect of
yes, but I think and Rise of Iron tried with like a very brief cutscene, but I think they'll just focus in on something like that, right? Like meaning I think you'll have a lot of unanswered questions, and they shouldn't try to solve all these like wild unanswered questions and storylines. But yeah, maybe with the Traveler especially, you're right. I think that's probably gonna.
You know when they
maybe that'll
answer those
continue.
questions in the side quests.
But yeah, so my
Hope they
one
have
worry
side
with the
quests.
word reboot was like it makes it seem like, okay, if Destiny 2 is a story reboot, that all of those unanswered questions
That's not what
are
they
just
said.
being scrapped.
They never said.
No, I
that.
know.
Rumors.
That's I know.
Just making
all
sure.
I'm saying is that's what reboot says to me, and that's why it has me worried. When
And specifically, they didn't
what's being
say
pitched.
story reboot. They just said your Guardian might not carry forward.
Yeah.
Like that. That's what it was. They didn't say anything about totally restarting the story from fresh.
That was speculation as well.
Yeah,
we
but
should
that's
say.
nerve-wracking too. It's like I kind of want my Guardian.
Yeah, I do too.
Like I want to be my hunter.
I don't need
wanna
the
be my
gear.
Biggest
Titan
hoarder in the world
and
over
the-
there.
Yeah,
Like it's
Well,
gonna be
you know,
all it's gonna be all new gear and all new weapons. I don't need any of that stuff. I don't need my vault, but I want my character.
Do you just want the stats, or do you want the dumb face you created?
put in a lot of
it's
work.
just you're saying,
I look stupid,
it's like Mass
like-
Effect, right? So like
It's under the
ignoring the fact that Mass Effect carries over story choices from one character to another, just look at the mechanics of how it was implemented. When you move from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2, you had the option to start a brand new character and redesign him from the ground up,
Yeah.
or import your old one, but he's
Smart
still
system.
level 1. Like he doesn't start
Well,
at level 40.
yeah.
Not level 40, but you do get a small level increase.
But that's what I'm
over
saying.
other
Is like
people.
I hope Destiny
I think
allows
you'll
me to
have
bring
that.
over my Guardian.
Yeah.
I also think there's almost like
But I
think of
start
just
wherever
being
it all
able
starts.
to carry over your emblem from whatever. Like I think
yeah,
they will want that to show you've been there since day one.
Yep.
They've shown us that.
Yeah.
So I'm confident, whatever those elements are, but I do feel like it's just a guess. It does feel like it's moving towards like, you know what? I know we said this was like a 10-year, your Guardian will just keep carrying forward, but they sat down after launch and realized like, wait a
That's
second.
shoehorning us into one
Let's
development.
take another look at this, and I think we're going to see a lot of that with the gameplay. You know?
I love the Mass Effect 2 approach of you have this intro-cinematic, which we've heard about from the Mega Bloks back, where you're being invaded, the city gets invaded by Cabal, and Lord Shaxx shows up and he kills them with the sword. This is from a Mega Bloks leak. We don't really know what it's for yet. But I think that would be an awesome intro, and then you actually die, or something happens where you have the choice of carrying forward your Guardian or starting a new one for new players to the franchise. That would be similar to Mass Effect 2. That would be an incredibly smart way to let everybody come in with Destiny 2 and enjoy the new experience.
Yeah, because I love the idea of evening the like playing field for everyone, so that new players aren't like, well, all these players who played
Yeah.
all of Destiny before, like they're gonna have an
So
advantage.
cool
Like,
and-
yeah,
yeah.
like I don't want that. But there are interesting ways of doing it, right? Like we talked a little bit. I think I may have mentioned it before, but like Diablo did something really interesting where when you move from one season to the next, you have a nice little cosmetic item that indicates that you were around in the first game, and that's awesome.
That's what I want.
Guys,
Like,
any
special
final?
hairdo from year one play.
Fran do.
The Fran, exactly.
There are a few current topics I want to get to. Are there any final thoughts, CJ? You were pretty quiet, letting everybody.
Final thought.
chatter.
That's okay. I'm the PvP guy. I'll get my
2018.
turn.
I
I'll get
did.
my turn.
I did want to say I was actually. I'm glad we did. By the way, it's how much we talked about release dates and whatever. The biggest thing, and this has surprised me, was the cinematic story comment that they came out of the gate. The first year they just said Destiny is coming in Destiny sequels coming in 2017. In this one, they made a very specific point: cinematic story. We haven't really heard them make such a point of it, and so that sets the stage.
Is the word cinematic what really hooked you?
Yeah. Yes, they used the word cinematic, but the fact they said it in an investors call, it was not necessary, but it means that this chatter about how Destiny was built and the story confusion and all that has gotten it into an investor call. But they wanted the fans to know, like,
Yeah.
we heard you.
Yeah.
Basically, they're saying, get ready for that trailer. That's
Yeah.
where I'm coming. I can't wait.
In
I think it's going to be
2018.
an incredible.
It's this year. I don't know why you're
Haters
like
going to be
hooked
standing
on that
ends,
so much.
yeah.
I mean, but it's good that it will
gonna be
be.
cool.
I mean, basically, what they're saying is, hey, it's not going to be your ship flying through the sky with subtext over it. I mean, that's why that needed to be said. So that makes sense.
Can't wait. I think it's just gonna.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna blow us out of the water how cool the cinematics are. But obviously, questions remain: how long is the story?
I mean, their
Who knows?
cinematics have always been really
Who
cool.
knows? They have been, but we don't see enough.
Few and far
So,
between.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway,
So what do you guys think? Let us know. Hit us up on speakpipe.com/fireteamchat, and you can call in. Let us know, do you think Destiny 2 will launch in 2017? And is there something in particular that had you excited from everything we just talked about today? Moving on to the next topic, we're actually going to talk about the toys from Todd McFarlane really quick because it's going to be pretty brief. Did you guys see these things? They look awesome.
I have not.
Less excited
not.
than you are.
Okay, they look so cool. Todd McFarlane is like
they're
the
cool.
one toy creator who I trust to make really cool, detailed toys that you can put on your desk. You can hang them on your wall if you keep them mint on card, stuff like that. And the toys that he's starting with is, where's the quote here? The Warlock from the Oryx Raid, the Titan from with Baltic Glass Gear, and a Hunter from Iron Banner with Iron Banner 3 gear. They're going to be $19.99. I'm probably gonna buy
The
them.
Warlock is by far for me the one. It's King's
Well, your
Fall
main.
gear.
That's your main.
No, not anymore. Like
Oh, he's
'cause I'm
abandoned his
Well, I only play
roots.
Trials now,
He's
but
abandoned his roots.
PvE though, no, I'm a Warlock main. I am. I still am. But anyway, I just think it looks cool. It's like the blood, Oryx blood colored. It just fits really nicely together with that cool horned helmet.
It looks really good.
I've never liked the Hunter cowl that much, honestly. And
I don't like the Iron Banner gear. I wish they would have picked
Personally.
one of the other sets for Iron Banner. I don't particularly love that one, but
Wolf cowl?
yeah, it's the wolf.
It's because
I
it's a
love the
hat
wolf
on a
cowl.
hat.
Well, the thing is, it is
That's what
hilarious.
gets
I
me.
think it's cool.
think
each
it's
are
awesome.
visually distinct, and that's what I like about
Yes,
the first
for
set of
sure.
toys. There's going to be other runs of toys, so we're.
So
gonna
that's
get
actually
other
my thing is as a Titan main, I actually don't really like the Vault of Glass armor. I don't think it looks that good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Like
looks
there's other
dated.
Titan armor looks way cooler.
The Warlock Vault of Glass gear is awesome. So
The Hunter Vault
You just like the
is
Warlock.
awesome.
no, it's
also really good.
factually
Shattered clothes,
destined.
yeah.
It's better, right, Sean?
Factually.
I mean, Warlock armor tends to look really cool. Honestly, Warlock and Hunter armor generally on the average looks cooler than Titan armor, but some of
Titan's
the
more
Titan
Iron
sets-
Man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so that's exactly it. Is some of the Titan sets look so amazing, and I love them and I'm also biased because I main a Titan. But I look at a lot of Hunters, and I'm always like, man, those cloaks, like those
right.
cows,
Cloaks,
like
is-
they look
yeah,
so
that's
cool.
right.
Is there a
because I have a
complete-
bath towel for mine? Like
Exactly.
my customization looks.
Is
dumb.
there a complete set in particular that you would like to see McFarlane make?
Oh, for Titan
Yeah,
specifically,
for Titan.
Trials season. Not this one, but the last one, the one with
Year
the
two?
the one with
Golden
the
Bull Mask.
yeah, golden
it's
bull
so
mask.
good.
It's so cool.
really
The little
good.
like
I know
horns.
so much.
Yeah.
Stop hating, Fran.
I'm not hating.
You
I
are
actually,
super cool.
They're
Titans
really
look
good.
Also,
not great all
No,
the time.
and then like Titan, the Trials armor, the big round shoulders look so
Yes.
cool. I just love like
God, the
it makes me
shoulder
feel like my
charge.
shoulder charge is more
God, there it
effective.
is.
Yeah,
We got it. We got it in
So
the first
cool.
episode of the studio.
yeah.
Episode 101. Mark the time.
And
I
then
got shoulder
I think it's
charged.
called Golden Bull Mask, and then
yeah.
the other Trials set, which is basically the same set as it's called Wing Sun for Trials.
Yeah. There's
Yes,
like,
winged sun vestments.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
those so cool, man.
yeah, there's various
What do you want?
versions of them.
What do you want to see, Fran?
Before I say that, let me at least say when I made that comment at the beginning, I'm less excited. I just meant I like the really high priced alloy stuff.
You want the
which is crazy.
No,
That's,
I'm on your side. Too.
It's not for everybody. But I mean, the impact
Because
of
like I think Alana was saying
there's
on
first
Unlocked-
figures or what?
DB. It's like DB.
There's a number of really
that,
good
yeah.
ones.
But like, yeah, Alana, I think was saying on Unlocked that these are because she's covering Toy Fair right now. I think she was saying these are action figures, right? So they have
They
like,
are,
points
yeah.
of
They're
they're
like the
actually
Halo
articulation.
which is cool.
Yeah.
And I actually think for $20, that's awesome. Great
Really.
price point.
And
I
they
just
look
usually I don't buy that stuff because it's not cool enough for my desk as well.
You've seen
Oh,
the,
not
you've seen,
cool
World of
enough
3A.
for
World of
Fran's
3A.
desk.
You've seen the World of 3A
Yeah.
Titan I have.
Yes.
Those are about
That's-
$200.
Those are awesome.
And,
Oh, I have one of those too. Yeah.
They have a
that's awesome.
whole bunch of those right now.
But it's not a fair
that are-
comparison. I was just getting. That's why I'm less excited.
You have
like,
the Spartan,
whatever.
right?
They made some GI
World-
Joes.
you have the
This
World of
guy.
3A.
I have a
Spartan.
Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, putting that aside, whoa, we got some light flickering in the studio. But I wanted to say that was the comment. I want you to know I think this is cool. McFarlane makes awesome stuff.
They really do.
Warlock looks cool. I like it. Totally into it for the price point.
I just personally am not into really action figures.
yeah,
I'm
but-
more like I like statues.
Yeah, but I would have liked to see the Vault of Glass Hazens or however you say it. The Vault of Glass gear for Warlock is really nice.
Got it.
Outside of that, you know what I'm about to say. Give me those tower casuals.
Oh my,
my God.
I need to look like not overdone, man. You just need you should see my tower casual. I
Only
got set
one
up.
who has
Oh,
a
it's so good.
tower.
So here's
casual
what I
set.
do.
All right.
Dreadfang sword.
Oh my
Born Spark.
Done.
Okay, it's just simple and amazing. And I put on some little lights. That's what I'm looking for.
All right, the set I want is
You asked.
also a Warlock set, and it is Trials of Osiris Year 1 for the Warlock.
Oh, that's awesome, yeah.
That was my favorite set.
The
he
black
had
and yellow
the
stuff,
like
or-
Eye of Ra or
How do you
Ra
feel? How do you
sorta
feel about?
helmet
So these
style.
have all been complete sets, but how do you feel about potentially seeing statues with particular exotics on them? So like an iconic look to me as someone who doesn't play a Warlock is Warlock with the stag helm. Like, how do you
Totally.
feel about?
Well, they have
That'd
the
be cool.
guns, and he's like, they had what? Black Spindle. I forget what the other ones.
I don't
were.
remember
have
the
it in
toys,
front of
yeah.
me. Sorry, but they put the weapons in, which I thought was. Oh yeah, they got Galley. Titan gets Galley, I think.
Yeah. The World of 3A toys had like Hawkmoon.
So it's cool they have the weapons, but yeah, I didn't see
Armor,
any
though.
exotic armor. No, I think that's great. Yeah, absolutely.
Because some of the armor looks so cool, man.
So iconic. Yeah.
CJ.
Claws of a Hamkara, awesome.
Yeah.
What do you want to see armor wise?
Yes, Dustin.
He's your guys. remember?
No, I mean I like all the trial stuff, but I'm a
What do
Sean.
you mean?
Year 2 Hunter. Yeah, so year 2 trial stuff did look really good.
Yeah.
and I liked all
Year
that
2.
stuff. Year 2. Yeah, this current year with the ornamentation stuff and
What? The ornaments are cool.
Yeah.
I don't
like,
like-
I was
my
a fan
group,
of it.
my
like it.
group,
I
they're
was a
always
fan
like,
of it.
dude, turn off your ornaments,
Yeah.
man. Because like
You're too glowy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
no,
too
so
out
thirsty.
there.
I love it, man. My shoulders, like I look so like they go
My
out to like
shoulders
here.
charge even
Yeah.
further.
They're like this big.
Yeah.
You can't
The
not
cape
spot
is-
me across the map.
The Cape School on the Hunter, though, man.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
ornament
Vaulted
cape.
glass stuff too. There was just that kind of like royalty feeling that I had with all the capes and stuff like
So no Crota Zen stuff.
Actually, I was
No.
gonna say I didn't initially like the Titan set from Wrath of the Machine, but now I really like it.
Yeah.
It's like very Tron-like.
Yeah,
oh,
actually,
the Wrath of the Machine stuff is really
Yeah,
good
like
for
I
us.
didn't like it
It's
at
different
first
looking.
because it looked different.
Yeah.
Except the Warlock
we
helmet.
just gotten so used to like the aesthetic of the Hive. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like
Yeah.
we'd seen a lot of Hive
Yeah.
stuff, and then like now we have this. Yeah, the like more
high-tech.
machine. Like it's like it reminds me of Tron in a way. Like it's all glowing and stuff. This looks cool, man.
Actually, yeah, I would say the set for the Warlock again, though, from the raid is pretty awesome.
Wait, you like Warlock sets?
Yeah,
Which raid, Fran?
shocker, I know.
Which
The
raid?
Siva raid. Yeah.
You like the Warlock
Yeah,
set with
it's
the
awesome.
bat,
That's what we're
bat
talking about.
face helmet?
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's
Like, I'm
the
not gonna
only
wear
set
it
I
all the time,
don't
but-
like.
Oh,
I'm
it's
not
cool.
big.
Red
Yeah.
miasma, I think, is what it is, but it's like all that. It's
I
just
don't.
weird.
I
is
just
what it
don't
is.
like the Warlock helm from the raid. That's
like
it.
that it's
all the
like-
other sets are awesome.
I'm not saying it's the best helm. I just like that it's so distinct, and what I liked was the shaders on it. It's like
Yeah.
this high tech virus shaped thing. I don't know. It's cool. It stands out a ton, which that's what I like. There's so many armor sets that are samey. I really don't like, honestly, Iron Banner gear that much. The chainmail stuff never.
The new Iron Banner sets.
I don't mind that.
I don't like the
suits
new
Hunter,
Iron
I
Banner
think.
stuff. It's the season 2
Oh.
or like year 2 Iron Man or like the last.
What
set.
about the stuff with the
was really
flame?
good.
Yeah, I was about to bring.
Yeah,
that up.
like with none of us
that was
picked
really
that set.
cool.
That would be an awesome.
Yeah,
think that'd
that's
be
cool. I like
And-
that for Iron Banner.
Yeah.
You can light it up. It's the candle.
The Iron
inside.
Banner set can't be lit up. It's only the stuff you get from the campaign.
Oh, right. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. The ornament stuff on trials, I'm not a fan of, but some of the other elements stuff
Yeah.
that you can change is cool. But-
Anyway, toys. The ones they came out with. I'm actually curious. What are the votes of which
For the
of the
best
three
one of
you
the
like
three.
best? Not just because of
Titan.
Warlock.
Oh, exactly. I haven't seen them so Hunter.
I'm gonna vote Iron Banner 3 Hunter just because again
right.
I don't
All
like the
right, we got
Vault of
split
Glass. I don't really
Yeah.
like the Vault of Glass Titan stuff.
I just miss Vogue.
Let's hear it in the comments.
Those
What do you
memories.
guys?
Yeah. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. We're going to move on to our final subject, and that is a current topic. CJ, Fran, I know you've played. Sean, have you had a chance to try out the latest patch yet?
Nope.
Neither have I. So I'm going to lean on you two to tell us, what did you think of the new patch now that's been implemented? It's been pretty controversial. Bungie acknowledges some people don't like it, to put it mildly.
Yeah.
How do you two feel?
So hold on, just
Where
real
to
quick.
start?
This is the patch where they buffed.
It just came out.
slow
Dude, they did
pulse
so many
rifles,
different
right?
things.
Yeah.
So
That's the main one,
Shotguns don't work.
right? Really?
So here,
Shotguns are broken.
here's the. Let's sum up
like
the new
broken
meta.
in a bad
Yeah.
way because they've always been broken.
Well, no,
Like
they're broken and
they're
they
not usable.
Don't kill
Oh, okay.
people up close anymore. So the main ones are this: if you're a fan of hand cannons, Hawkmoon, and all that stuff, there's some of those things that are back. If you're a fan of slow
So
firing
real
pulse
quick,
rifles,
what was the hand cannon change?
so hand cannon changed for the most part. There was kind of like an initial bloom effect. Everybody called it ghost bullets, but it's like there's a much more accurate, line of sight shooting with hand cannons. It's mostly on the first shot. There was always that randomness that
And the
happened.
range fall off, they've changed a bit. There's like a bunch of little stuff we could
Yeah.
go through the
Okay,
notes.
I
There's a
was just
lot,
wondering what
though.
the main.
But for the
changes
most part,
was.
yeah, hand cannons are back, which is good. But because they've eliminated special on death, except with sidearms.
Wait, I thought that was just a trials thing.
No.
No, it is
Oh,
on
that's
everything.
so annoying.
Yeah.
So they brought back the concept that they did
Yeah.
before
That
in year
is-
2, right?
So they had a similar
So
concept.
special
in
is
year two.
more often, but you lose it when you die.
Every 60 seconds,
Right.
special boxes are dropping.
Yeah. So the
but you lose it upon death unless it's sidearms.
Yes. So the meta's changing to now
That sounds
camp
kinda like a
special
terrible
boxes.
choice.
Yeah, I mean they kind of did this already. In
slows
previous
down the
version.
game a
Yeah,
lot.
it slows down the game.
Yeah.
You never used to spawn with ammo at all in trials.
Wait, what do you mean
that
slows slows down the game.
It means like
yeah, you're just
in order to
camping special
That's not what was happening.
not camping, but in order to preserve your special, you have to play more defensive and tactically.
Okay, but play it first.
Which means slower.
But you haven't played it. I'm
just saying, like,
but
that's
I'm just
what it
putting out
means.
there. I don't know if you've had a chance to play it much. It is very much a primary game now. Now they admit things are broken, which they have. But what I'm getting at is like there are some silver linings in here. There's a lot of primary happening right now.
Yeah.
Yes, there's battle over boxes, but there's special everywhere all the time, every 60 seconds. The issue is if you die, you're potentially hunting. But what we're finding is people are figuring out, do you really need to do that or freaking go 1v1 primary and win your 1v1s and don't focus on it? Pick it up when you're winning. That's what I started to experience. And I'll give you an example. I'm a huge Fusion fan. I do not have super high KD, so I constantly was out of Fusion.
Okay.
So I had this sense of like, crap, I got to go hunt the box. But then like I kind of kept getting engaged in 1v1s and I kept forgetting. So I was like always out. And then I realized I'm just like focused on, well, actually I forgot to pick up special after a while because I was always out. So anyway, I'm just like adjusting to it. But I do think the primary game now is interesting. I like that. But there's a lot of issues. Yeah, there's a lot to go through.
Which
If you
like
want to get into it.
snipers were always really big in competitive PvP, and it's like
Yeah,
It still is with
there will
Icebreaker
be
Special
and No
is-
Land.
No
Yeah.
Land Beyond and Icebreaker.
Yeah.
And so to me,
They're back.
That's the
Heavily.
problem. Yeah, it's like they do this and then ultimately something like this comes where they're like, oh, we want people to be able to use more shotguns in the Matador. It's like, now everybody's just using No Land Beyond Icebreaker.
Yeah.
So
They just changed
here
the
we
meta.
go again.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, and that for that reason, I don't like it. Not to mention the fact when you get hit with a shot, your brain is not thinking, at least not right now. I don't know how many times I played last night. I didn't realize that the ammo got taken away. So then I go engage in combat
And
thinking
you're
I
out
have
of
ammo,
ammo,
and I
yeah.
go and pull the trigger, and I'm like,
so here's the other thing. It's
oh
like
my
if you
gosh.
suck at the game, there are people out there who suck.
Are you pointing at me?
No, I'm just saying if one sucks at the game, that
If
one
one of us is worse than all the
If,
others at the
like,
table,
One of us sucks at the
yeah,
game.
like if you suck at the what is my
kidding.
go look at my
I'm
KD. It's
joking.
so good. Yeah. So here's the thing. I have dangerously
Let's not
sounded
get
like
into
someone
Yeah,
out there. My
keep
KD is the
going.
best. I have the best
No.
KD.
Dunk carries.
Like it just if you suck at the game, you're not going to get special, which means you suck more at the game because you're always dying. Like it just seems like
shouldn't
a
have to be so focused
de-incentivized
on it.
loop. I'm not saying you have to be focused on it. I'm just saying like it changes the game in a way that and again, I say this not having played it yet.
It's a dramatic change.
It just doesn't seem like the type of change you'd want to implement.
So here's what I've seen. I don't know if this was normal, but I saw Holtzman post a video on Twitter. He's like, lol at the Warlock melees. So basically from middle screen to off of the edge of the screen, you can melee somebody, then two burst them and they're dead with the Warlock melee.
But
and
that's always been that way.
it's really that bad.
And so they tried
so it's
to
not adjusted.
they
at all.
tried to nerf it a bit, and honestly, it hasn't changed that much.
Okay.
That's maybe what
that's
I don't know if that
crazy
was
to me.
after change.
It was after
Dude,
the change.
The Storm caller
nerf.
melee is insane. I mean, it's a sniper as they call it. So
Yeah.
it really is. So
Always hated the Warlock melee.
if you're
Because
using
like you can always hit me from like across the map.
if you're using amplitude or whatever, and I
Yeah.
forget, it's
like
still
your
about the
stretch
same.
Armstrong.
Yeah,
It's like not changed much. They've done some others, like they have so many changes. I think that's where we need to decide: are we going to go through every last detail?
No, just stuff you guys noticed playing that you felt was important to
but
discuss.
I would like take a moment to sum up that just so folks know what people are talking about because it's still settling in. So everyone's talking about hand cannon sidearm is possibly a really big meta. Yes, for sniper, icebreaker's totally back because of the ammo regen and not
No
running
land
out.
outside.
Invective's probably going to be back because of the ammo regen. Universal remote and No Land Beyond. So you're going to be looking at a lot of that stuff. But sidearms is one of the biggest talked about things. And outside of that, they rebalanced, that autos now really have a chance you can stand up. So
probably
Suros
don't.
is big and back. Genesis Chain from the raid. Anything that's that slower rate of fire.
Okay, that's what I was
if
gonna say.
That's what they
Slower rate of fire.
Yes, like super high rate of fire. A doctrine isn't changed, but I do notice now taking on this new, meta is different. That's a lot of what people are talking about, right?
Yeah.
To sum up, did I miss anything? Like,
No, but for the most part-
and sorry, health regen is all effed up. They changed Hungering
right.
Blade, but then they changed all like bubbles are not regenning.
Yeah.
And I forget if it's a bug still, but that is really messed up.
It is. It's
Everybody
a bug
hates it.
Yeah. What happened was that you used to be able to regen health instantly, and then when they changed something, it basically gives you a boost of health just initially, and then it just regens your health like on your regular
At your
recovery.
regular rate.
Yeah. So it's like
Energy drain off a Nova. It's gone. Like, so when you Nova and you try to get some health back because you're in the clutch,
is this for all health regen abilities? So
basically
like
everything.
transfusion on the Titan charge
anything
and stuff.
like that. Yeah. And what it was, I guess, when they made the adjustment,
Red Death too?
Yeah, it
Oh my
affected a
gosh.
bunch of other things down the lines.
I'm not 100% sure if Red Death, but I think
Yeah, it is.
potentially, yeah. It's like almost every last thing.
Yeah, that's
That
so-
sucks.
So people are really pissed about that.
Yeah,
Like think of
that's an
yeah.
adjustment.
Yeah, it's like
too.
what's the point of even having it if it doesn't
Yeah.
if it doesn't regen your health?
Yeah.
So
This
yeah.
one thing's sort of bothersome. Let's tweak it. Everything's effed.
Like
it's like
we've said
Those
this on the
bugs,
show
yeah.
before, but like many times, but the way Bungie implements balance changes to the sandbox, like does that. Like again, we always bring it up, but like in the Age of Thorn and like Last Word, those were the only two hand cannons that were messed up.
Yeah.
And then they fixed all hand cannons, and
Yeah.
that just nerfed the whole thing into the ground.
And Thorn, people are using Thorn again. Like there's lots of the Thorn guys out there are happy. I will say this: the
Is it
biggest
effective?
It's effective. Yeah, the
hand
biggest
cannons are back. I'm
oversight-
happy
yeah.
about that.
And for that reason alone, any like
never
increase
left,
to like
but-
pulses, scouts, and to me, it's like irrelevant. Hand cannons are going to be the primary.
Well, they've nerfed Clever Dragon, 7.7%, I believe, reduction in rate of fire. Everybody's like, "Oh no, my most powerful gun in the game is broken." It's like still good.
Yeah,
it was like, remember they nerfed Doctrine?
It was
and it's
ridiculous.
Still awesome.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. It went from ridiculous to still awesome. Clever Dragon's solid. Still.
but the ammo though, the ammo decreased.
And they
as
decreased
well.
the mag.
That's the bigger issue, I think.
For
But-
Clever,
Clever Dragon's still great.
What
by
is
the
it
way.
now? It used to be 30, and then if you used a particular buff or
18 to
a
20.
particular what do
Extended
we
mag
call
or
them?
something?
Yeah.
No. There's not an extended, at least on the one that I have, which is the Iron Banner vendor one, which has counterbalance and perfect balance.
Yeah,
on
I
it.
have that snapshot counterbalance.
Yeah, there's one. So the normal mag is 30,
Yeah,
right?
mag
But the
capacity.
one, if you use one of the nodes on it, it makes it 24. It's not like that
Yeah.
anymore. It's less than that.
Yeah, it's less. I think it's like
How many
18
shots?
to 20.
Oh my
something
God,
like that.
18
Yeah.
is
It's not
Not
bad. It's
pulse.
fine. It really is.
No,
That's
but
like
Friends, like
scout
everything's
rifle
fine. The
level.
patch is great.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm
Friends,
telling
that
you,
dog in the fire.
Clever
It's
Dragon.
fine.
I'm just trying to say, Clever Dragon is not any of the issue. Like,
I'm just
in
messing
terms
with
of like the fixes that they made, like that's not the problem.
So let's just make a comment really quick about the biggest issue, which did not happen. That again, people are upset about is scories. So now that's a different
yeah.
piece of the puzzle because in scories, especially if you play trials, people just camp and farm. So with a lot of this meta change and scories not adjusted,
The super.
yeah, the super.
Fun fact: there's a 116% scory for sale this week.
Yeah.
exactly. Get it.
116%
Biggest
roll.
troll.
Get it.
Exactly.
That
And-
reminds me, I got to pick that up.
It's an int dis roll. It is like
that's
a ridiculous roll. You need to pick up that.
so
artifact
have fun in
this
trials this
well, I
weekend.
know.
It is-
everybody.
Wait, are we talking about Scory's Harmony?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically,
Oh,
people
okay.
sitting back in trials
No.
already is a problem.
people
It is
wanted
seriously
that.
one of the second best rolls I've ever seen sold by the.
So now there'll be tier 12 sitting back. It's going to be a
and just
super
waiting
fest.
for no landing. So it's like now it promotes even more further distance play where people are going to be camping scores. So I played Elimination last night for a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, that's not trials, but I'm not sure if you have.
Yeah, they changed on elimination. They changed instead of 2-minute matches, right? It's 90 seconds.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
90
So
seconds
Okay.
now. Yeah. So
Two
it's
of-
kinda
that's a little
faster
bit to
and-
Kind of like
address.
that.
yeah.
I like
Probably
things that
scories and
I
some
like
of
the thing
But-
that
but
I like
why
things
you-
that increase the speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but why you spawn with ammo the first round and then lose it every other round? I don't get that. And then why with Trespasser and anything that's a sidearm, you automatically get ammo
You stock
every
up.
round.
Just stock up.
Even if you die, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
If the round
Weird.
ends and you use your ammo, you get it back.
And sidearms have some
What?
pretty
Yeah.
solid.
All right, that's
Doesn't
why
make
they're the
any sense.
Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah.
If you end the round or what?
At least with elimination, when I use my sidearm round, like when I use my sidearm ammo, and then the round ended, you would then get ammo back in your sidearm. So if I had a shotgun, emptied it, then switched to a sidearm, and the round ended, I would get ammo back, even if I had zero ammo with my
What?
shotgun.
You shouldn't.
I know.
Well,
shouldn't
you
get
do.
ammo.
Yeah,
Really? That
this-
might be a bug.
This is with
That's weird.
elimination.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
it's
super.
like,
I
don't
have
know.
not heard
Kind of seems like a lot of stuff is
So
Yeah.
I wanted
Some
to
craziness
weird
going
right
on.
now.
I wanted to
ahead,
at least read
come play Halo,
Yeah.
guys.
What did they say?
just in Bungie's words, so you know that they have heard this. They said, as it always is, the response has been violently mixed. In Destiny, We fight for our lives with energy and ballistics, but changing the way all that works is the most dangerous game. Some players are loving the way the update feels. Others like a lot about the update, but have some specific criticisms of what could be better. Then there's the crowd who thinks, beep, censored. So they know
Accurate.
people are pissed is
Yeah.
the point.
Accurate.
I thought that was a funny way to address it, but what are they doing about it? They're really going to need
And how quick can they do something about it?
I know.
Probably not too fast.
yeah,
they have been responding
People
pretty
are
quickly.
what? People are settled that this weekend of trials is going to be weird, right?
Yeah,
So even when we looked at some of the things that they wanted for Destiny 2, that was one of those things that people wanted a little bit more updating or, regularity, or at least to know when that's happening.
Yeah.
And so, especially in this situation, it's like, how long is this update going to last? 6 months?
Yeah.
That's worrisome.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be like this for the next 6 months, but it
Yeah.
very well could be. That's the
No, but
problem.
I
This
think
is
you're
just how
right.
it is now.
But they've had problems like this in the past where they've turned some stuff around pretty fast.
Yes.
But it's like small pieces. Some things are just here to stay.
Yeah.
I think this is the downside of rolling out too much at once, by the way. Like, this might be where it's a little contrary to what I think I might have even said in the show before. I'm like, you know what? It's hard to like roll out a change for a small community, get a feedback. Like, you kind of need to put something out there, get a bunch of data, look at it.
Definitely.
But I would say, looking at this, like, why didn't they just roll out the special change alone to start? Isn't that an easy fix? Roll out the special change, maybe even the sidearm thing. That at least, like, that's huge changes. Like, why do they have to change everything else?
These
at
are
once?
sweeping changes.
Sweeping. So now I would take back what I said, which is like, you know what? Maybe you should have just rolled out, let's say, sidearm and the special change like months ago. Like, what was that a new idea? I don't know.
This happened before. This was pretty much year
Yeah.
2, like at the very beginning. Let's nerf fusions, let's nerf this, let's nerf distance, let's nerf hand cannons.
No more arc damage.
Exactly.
but
No more primary.
Yeah, primary.
But as much complaints as I have and other people have, like, I will say there's silver linings. Like, I was not getting aped with shotguns. I was not getting sniped a ton.
They don't
Icebreaker a
work,
lot.
So
Well, we've
that-
talked a
No,
little bit
shotguns
about
are actually fine overall. They
So
are
what does
fine.
that mean though? Like, so we've always talked about on the show, like, I mean, forever and ever, no one has ever like been okay with just how shotguns work, right? They're always broken in some way, either broken they're too effective, broken not effective enough. Like, there's people on both sides of the fence no matter what. But like,
we do
I
need to
think
wrap it up, so this will be
yeah.
the final point.
But the problem with
Fine,
shotguns
Destin.
in any game is like fundamentally they are a one-hit kill up close. Are you telling me that is not how it is anymore in the game?
They've helped some of the aim down sights. They've nerfed that a little bit, so meaning rangefinder's not as effective. So actually, shotguns are like a little more balanced, but they're about the same if you're a good shot. They've some of the stickiness as well isn't as
It's the precision
sticky.
damage.
Yeah.
It's like if you're coming in from in the sky,
They've changed that
they've
too.
changed that. It's like it's way harder to actually jump and start shooting someone with a shotgun.
Shotguns are
than to run up. Like, it's
fine
ADS
overall.
almost mandatory at a certain range. So
I haven't heard too much commentary of like, I hate what they've done with shotguns. I think people who took advantage of it realize, like, okay, now I kind of got to watch my game a little closer. I can't just run around with a shotty.
I know a couple people who will be salty that their Matador with aggressive
Of
ballistics
course.
just no longer.
But that
Oh,
was
yeah.
too much. It was
Every
too much.
every juggernaut titan in the last like 6 months.
Oh, yeah. And what I like about
Jug
this is
Shield got nerfed though.
people
That's
are
good.
talking
All right,
about new
Fran's
stuff.
final thoughts first.
It is. I know we got to close out Destiny's.
You literally got a phone call saying you need to be out of this show.
No, I didn't. It was totally get out of here.
All right.
But I wanted to point out for folks, it's a pro tip, is everybody was talking about Parthian Shots, which is the Vanguard lower rate of fire pulse, which you can pick up. Go give it a shot. Pun. But no, people like that feel. I have an old villainy from like year 2 or something.
Messenger was also
Messenger
another
is
one
that,
that
but
does
people
it.
are liking that. So pro tip, check out that. But that's what I like about this. There's
love
new
that.
chatter about new stuff. I'm using actually some of my gunsmith rolls. There's silver lining here despite the chaos. Just want to say that.
John, you gonna try it out?
Yeah.
Hop in, see how you feel.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a
Trials,
shot. We'll
baby.
see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk
Anything
to my
that
trials
helps your
team.
last word.
Well, like I always, I'll go talk to my team, like the players who I play with who are really good, Bodum and Orbs and those guys, and be like, are we gonna play this? And if they're like, no, it's broken, I'm gonna be like, all right, hey.
That's what they say, yeah.
No, give it a time.
What about you, CJ?
I'm in it. Trials this weekend. I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll be playing. I'm sure
We'll be there. Check out Fireteam Chat on YouTube.
That's right.
and
If I
our
get
Twitch
time,
channels.
maybe we can play together.
Yeah,
Dude, we
should.
should play.
Because that went
Destin.
so well last time.
We should. The three of us. Should
All
do it.
three of you,
Sorry,
I would
Steven.
love to see you guys
Sorry,
We've
sweat
done
it
it.
out
Yeah,
in
we
trials.
should. I don't think the three of us
You know
have
what?
ever done a trials round.
3-day
We
weekend.
should.
We'll see. We've all got our own busy lives on the weekend, but we should try. And if we do, we'll archive it on Fireteam Chat, the channel. And
Everybody wanted want to see a 2v2v2 or like those kind of.
Oh my
things.
god,
Well,
I
we
would
all know
love
all of
that,
us.
but like I'm on a different console.
We all
But
beat Fran.
I could probably beat you guys on
You
PS4.
could borrow some.
Oh,
Boom.
there it is. Sean putting it out there.
You knew
And-
it was coming.
And a special just thank you to all the people who submitted. It was cool that we got a chance to do Fireteam Chat 100 in here last week.
Yeah, of course.
And we are
Yeah.
in here this week. And again, also special shout out to, everybody at Bungie. Dean,
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks
so
really
much.
cool.
so much. Like you made episode 100. Thank you again to Bungie for all that concept art. So we're excited for the Destiny that never was.
Yeah, let us know
I'm
if
just
you love
kidding.
those 2-hour
That's right.
episodes.
In the new space.
Yeah, I hope you guys like it. So we do need to wrap it up. Thank you everybody for watching and everybody for helping us with Fireteam Chat episode 100. Until next time, everybody, Guardians out.